right, a mother-daughter duo is being featured in a new documentary short called You're Gorgeous, I Love Your Shirt, an inside look at bullying and mental health. They are sharing their powerful story in hopes of destigmatizing the way we look at mental health and learning disabilities in children.
And they're joining us now. We're so happy to have you guys. We have Tonya Harris and her daughter, Lyndsey. Welcome. Thank you. I know you guys are traveling the entire country talking about this. You're from Chicago. Can you give us some background on how you decided to team up and why you're doing this?
Well, I think it's a topic that's not talked about enough, and from what we've gone through and what we've seen with Lyndsey, the first thing I did when she got the diagnosis of learning disabilities was I looked for the positives in it, because it is such a devastating diagnosis when they're in third grade. And what I found is they see the world so much differently, and it really is kind of an ability. Maybe not in the school years, they're tough, but to kind of, through this, we really want to change the conversation and destigmatize it, because it doesn't mean they can't learn, they just learn differently, which is really exciting to me.
To be her superpower.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And if we look back, going through middle school, you're in, what, 9th grade now, possibly?
Yes.
5th grade. Were you bullied ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. I was mostly bullied in 8th grade, but actually in 10th grade now, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, freshman year kind of, but now I'm homeschooled, so it's like much easier for me to work on myself.
Is that where this all came from, basically, is the combination of being diagnosed at a young age and then experiencing bullying? I can't imagine. It's like, you know, to be able to come out and share that is not easy.
No. Yeah.
No, and we need kids to be able to come forward and just say, I learned differently. There's no shame in that. Some of the most brilliant brains have had learning disabilities, like Steven Spielberg, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, Aaron Brockovich, and they just think differently, and I think they can really, they've changed the world, so.
What's your advice to other teenagers or kids who might be diagnosed with something, and what would you say to them in terms of how to react to it?
My advice is just, I would say work on yourself and don't let other kids tell you who you are, or don't act cool just for other teenagers to like you. Just be yourself, and if they don't accept you for that, then get new friends, because it's not worth it.
That's such great advice, not only for your age, but even as we become adults. You know, that's such a great, always working on yourself, turning it to yourself. So that's good advice.
That is powerful.
What about this documentary that you're in? I love the name of the documentary, first of all. You guys were highlighted. How did they find you?
Well, I started working with a speaker mentor, Tricia Brouk. She's just an amazing filmmaker. And through our work, I kind of shared what was going on at home. So she kind of eventually said, why don't you go home and talk to your family about this? And I think we have a really big way to change the conversation around all this. And so it just kind of went from there. And we're really excited.
Amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to watch this. A couple questions for you. Your overall message, what is that? And then also, Tonya, were there any signs you missed? What would you say to other parents who might be going through something similar?
Absolutely. I'll start with that one, because there are absolutely signs I missed. Actually, she sent me a text one time, and we text funny things back and forth all the time. So when she sent this serious text in the middle of it, I was just like, no. I just kind of sent something a little funny back, and I missed it. I think we have to realize that teens are going to communicate with us in the way that they're comfortable. So we have to be on the lookout for that. And it's also a fine line too, because as a teenage girl, are they moody, or is it something more? So just checking in on your kids and making sure they have activities after school that they love, because that's what we started doing with her. She found performing, and that's really helped her self-esteem and to build her back up.
Great.
I think the overall message is to just really, I think we need to celebrate this neurodiversity rather than stigmatizing it, and change that conversation, because it actually can be really exciting. And the school years are hard, but I think once they get out, they're capable of anything.
Yeah,
Where can we see this documentary?
It's screening right now at the Lemley NoHo 7 until September 26th.
Oh, perfect. And you know, you're in this documentary and you're traveling, but is it a nonprofit, or is it just a movement? Is it a hashtag? Like, what are you?
Yeah, we're trying to create a movement. Yeah, that's where we're seeing it going right now, and just hoping it helps a lot of other kids and families, so kids can even talk to their parents and open that dialogue.
How are your peers reacting in school to this?
I am not sure yet. I have not really talked to anybody from my high school, but from people like my close friends, they think it's just pretty powerful to be talking about, because it's a big issue in schools around me, and I know it's a big issue in other schools, but it's just good to get it out there and bring awareness to it.
For sure. Because it's happening everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Mother-daughter duo.
Love
Doing
that.
it. All
Great to
right.
have you guys. Thank you. Okay, for more information, you can go here. You can watch a documentary at Lamley NoHo 7. That is through this Thursday, September 26th. Thanks so much.
Good luck.
All right, coming